Good evening, yogis. How are you doing? How you doing, everybody? Joining you from my home today. I thought it would be a lovely opportunity to explore how to set up your own home studio space so you have the capacity to practice in a way that's going to be nourishing for you. I know we're all missing our beautiful studio, but we're doing what we can to keep you safe. We'll keep you updated every day with which classes we'll be live streaming. Our Zoom is coming very soon. It'll give us the capacity to be able to interact with you, create a sense of community again. We've also got lighting and we've got sound coming. If you saw a strange video last time I Facebook Live, that's because, and if you might need to know this if you're making your own live videos in business at the moment, once you put your phone into a form and then hit live, it won't re-rotate. So if you've got your phone the wrong way and then you try and hit record, after you've already, once you turn your phone, it won't turn back. So have a quick little Google for how to shoot live video. I had to learn that today after some feedback. So please keep giving me your feedback and I will do my best to make sure that we're providing the best quality service in these changing times for you. But do be aware that that's a thing. So today, as you set up for your own home space, you want to have enough room that you'll be able to extend your limbs out. And as much as possible, and I know we all have families, and so we don't always have a sacred space the way that we do in a studio, as much as possible where you can shut yourself off. You can put on some candles or something a little bit soft, wear some soft, comfortable clothing, and find some props that will help support you. So because we're working with a home space today, props that we have around the home, just a blanket and a pillow. And I'm just working on a rug if you don't have a yoga mat. We are selling mats at the studio. We have a whole range of different products that will be arriving in the next couple of days. So have a look for our online store. So much happening as we continue to serve you because we want you to keep practicing. We know how transformational it is. Let's get on with our yin practice this evening. So as much as you can, giving yourself that opportunity to find space, and then we'll come onto a seat. We're going to elevate those hips, just helps us be a little bit gentler through the hip flexors. When you come up, just reposition the clothes, reposition the spine, loosen up the neck, depending on the day you've had. Maybe even I like a little sideways movement to free everything up. Before I get sitting up tall, I just want to make sure there's no rigidity, no tightness or holding in the body. The places where gripping is present. And then we'll bring the hands down. We turn the palms upright. Comes that universal gesture of opening, of receiving, but also of giving. Close down the eyes. Automatically, as we begin to close down some of those sensory inputs, there is a natural bringing of the moment and awareness into one. So beginning to work the breath down deeper into the lobes of the lungs. Begin to notice the rising of the chest, the gentle gathering down through the seat to find the earth. Reach down into the base of the body until you find that connection. As you inhale, walk the breath up the back of the spine. Let the heart begin to open as the collarbones broaden. As you exhale, the belly button just gets tickled by the breath as it rises up the front body. Close down your eyes. If you haven't already done so. Feel that movement in and out. It's so transformative every time we come to sit and breathe. As we come into stillness, the moment walks in and presents itself to us. Your energy begins to slow and soften. A gentle convalescence into this moment. Cadence of the breath, whispering. Draws down the back of the throat, the oceanic sound so calms the nervous system more. You might notice a sense of lightening. The burdens of the mind fall away. You also might feel a sense of heaviness as the body comes into this moment, feels the environment around it. Just noticing those balancing of forces, noticing the weight as it's distributed across the right sit bone and the left sit bone. Notice the weight of each shoulder and the weight of each knee. Can you feel yourself in that central column of the spine? Working the breath into that governing meridian, Shimanadi. Empowers all those energetic pathways. We call them meridians that we practice within Yin. A few final breaths, gentle exchange in and out. In and out. Let the palms come down, and we'll prepare to move into our practice today. Let's start in Bargara, the soles of the feet together, and that positioning of the feet in a way that allows the hinging forward from the hips. And if you need to lengthen the legs out, that's okay. Today maybe the feet are closer to the groin. Just work that awareness down deep into the bones. We work with our connective tissues. We work with the fascia. We work with the joints, the ligaments and the tendons in the body when we come into Yin. We stretch more than about 4% through those tendons, we can hurt them. So we move slowly in Yin. We don't want to push too quickly when we're working with these more rigid plastic structures instead of the elastic fibers of the muscles. And to do that, we add time rather than effort as the driving force, the power behind the practice. It becomes available, you can drop a little lower. And that slow movement of breath into the sides of the ribs. And we work to stillness here to allow time to set those bones, those joints, dense, stubborn weave underneath our skin, the fascia, to set them into a new shape. So think of plasticine. We work with things that are plastic. When we remold them, they keep their new shape. So every time we come and we visit this slow practice of Yin, training the body into new shapes, we create lasting change. Like the muscles, which are elastic, you give an elastic band or rubber band, you pull it out, it snaps back in. So we can move it much quicker without the same risk to injury. Whereas if you try and move a credit card too quickly, you'll find that it snaps. So we take care, we take time, and we take patience with our practice of Yin. But it's such a beautiful preparation for concentration, for meditation, for some of the more subtle arts of yoga practice. There are 8 limbs to yoga, and the physical postures of the body are only one. Yin is a beautiful training ground for the withdrawal of the senses and for the meditative practices that become those broader limbs that expand consciousness. So you're not just training your body here, you're training your mind and you're training awareness. Let's go a little deeper if it's available. Stay where you are, or maybe even back out. Sometimes the edge moves towards us and we need to gently pull back. The wisdom of your body be a guide here. slow breaths. There is no hurry. It's a real beautiful opportunity to just get down deep into this moment and enjoy it. And when you're ready, slowly and surely, and we'll move with care. We're working with those plastic tissues. When we come back up, we might feel that rebound. We might feel the way that the shape of the body has changed. Come back up and we'll be ready for our next pose. So because we're working with yin and we're going to add the element of time, as we come into a bridge pose tonight, we want to support the sacrum. So we're going to use a block or a bolster. And what can be nice is we can even create a little bit of shape for the neck. We'll come over to the blanket for that in a moment. So we'll come down into the back. And we'll have the neck nice and long. So if you need to reposition your hair so your neck can be nice and extended, then you need to do so. And I'm going to look around to talk to the camera, but you're going to keep your gaze upright and just listen to my voice. So we're going to lift up and we're going to take that prop underneath the hips. And we'll settle the hips down. It doesn't have to be very high. Just as long as there's a gentle quality of inversion, the elevation of the heart above the head. So the blood can gently draw down and the palms can come to the floor. And you can soften the belly and relax. I'm going to bring a little bit of shape in for the neck. We'll create a roll shape. Now you don't want it to be too big. You don't want the neck to be uncomfortable. A little roll through that blanket and pop it underneath the head. Beautiful. You can see that just opens up the throat. Now I don't want the throat to be constricted here. I want there to be a sense of space opening up in the length of the neck. And I'm going to close the eyes. It's going to allow me to drop into the moment. Listen to the world around me and feel through the senses. When we work with connective tissue, we're working with the feeling element of the body. Fascial tissue deals with so much of our emotions and it responds to any kind of stress, whether that be physical, like injury, chemical, some kind of toxin in our environment, or emotional. You come under that emotional strain and maybe feeling that right now, but there's always times where things are more difficult than others. This practice becomes even more valuable. It becomes a gift we can give ourselves to release strain. Work with the exhale to do that. So the ribs open, that flowering of breath into the side body. As we exhale, we feel the belly draw down towards the earth. Inhale, expansion. And exhale, subsidence. A rhythm and a flow. You surrender. You allow any more of the weight of the body to fall into the floor. You let the exchange of the breath be longer. There's no forcing. It's a gentle curiosity to which we extend to the body. And then we listen. The body responds. We attend with kindness and care. And don't mind me. A little constriction in the throat. It's just the tail under the back of the neck. Hopefully you can feel that space being opened up here. Particularly if you've been tensing or
the day has required you to hold a little bit of extra responsibility on the mantle of the shoulders. A little bit of space, a little bit of distance. You feel really nice. I'm going to move it into a wind relieving pose. So we'll move slowly and be careful with that cervical spine because it is fragile as we take the blanket away. And then we'll draw the right knee into the chest. And this might be it for you today. Left foot planted on the floor. I'm just taking a few shoulder rolls. I like to think of wheels or one of those old steam trains. And just that motion to loosen the shoulders. You know that motion gets that fluid moving in the joints. And then the exhale, let the elbows fall down the side waist, just to guide those shoulders from ease. If you feel comfortable here, you can extend the left leg out. An extra bit of elevation through the back of the hips just extends out or opens up the angle of the hips further. A little bit of extra depth, juiciness to your stretch. And then you can move the right knee around and draw it up a little closer. We're trying to avoid over-efforting through the muscles. To bring strain into the connective tissue, we have to ask the muscles to relax. Let a different part of the body do a job. So can you soften your muscles? Can you invite them to rest? I'm going to work with our timer here, just to make sure that both of our sides become equal. We just get to relax and enjoy the subtle magic of the pose. With your eyes closed, it's a beautiful chance just to begin to clear the day from the mind. Work with the exhale. Let it draw any tension, any pressure from the body. Slow breath in. And slow breath out. You might feel that lengthening of those muscles in the back. Certainly one of my favorite poses. After the end of a hard day, if there's been any gripping in the low back, when standing on the feet, or if the hamstrings are tight, you really feel that travel up and create that sense of strain to the lumbar region. So this becomes a magic, a balm, soothes that back body. Ready, place that right foot down on the floor. And you might want to extend it out just so you can feel any difference that stretch has caused through the hips, how the muscles parallel to the spine are feeling. And then we'll come into the second side. We'll step the right foot in, we'll gather the left knee to the chest. And if the hips have moved, I want you to just reshuffle them. And those little motions through the shoulders, just going to reset those shoulders so they're loose and free. There's no rush here. Take your time. And then an exhale, settling, and drawing down, belly to thigh, or thigh to belly. And if this feels comfortable, you can stay here. You can work for that slightly deeper stretch. Massaging into the descending colon here on the left side. I'll watch the time. Your job is to relax. In your environment, there'll be a different set of conditions, different circumstances to mine. The joy is in the awareness. This is a world of 10,000 joys and 10,000 sorrows, it said. But it's the openness, the receiving that is the real essence of purpose. Can you be with whatever is coming up in your body? Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Just observe it. Can you be open to it? Invite it in. It's always easy to invite in those favorite guests. Excitement, pleasure. So much harder to let in those more difficult or troublesome visitors. Anger, sadness. And yet they arrive at our doorstep. Just the same way. It's our ability to be receptive, to attend to them, to be a good host. So then the journey will be ended. In the time, they'll move away. They'll go from whence they came. Changing flow. In and out. I'm going to put the leg down. Make sure that neck is stable and the feet is a solid base. Lift yourself up and take the proper way. And from here, you might want to take a few rocks and rolls through the pelvis. Just loosen up that low spine. Take one more little inversion here. Bring the hands to the back of the thighs as you scoop the knees in towards the chest. You might want to widen out across the sit bones, widen out across the seat, and widen out across the knees to open up the hips. Let the feet lift and stand on the ceiling. Soften up the chest as you feel the heart open, fingertips reach, and just slowly travel up the sides of the calves. Maybe that's you today, feeling that heaviness in the knees, drop it down. Lengthen the neck, and that drawing, that gathering of the tail to the earth. Keep the whole of the spine seated. Maybe the hands are coming up, and you're grabbing hold of the feet. I'm not looking at the camera, just to remind you of that good practice through the neck. And work the breath into the belly. And let the weight of the arms, the weight of gravity, just assist the body in letting go. As it does so, the hips release. The back is slowly massaged by the earth. The collarbones can be broad, the breath can be deep. With little physical changes in the body. You feel that quality of inversion just boost our lymphatic drainage and circulation. So many nourishing things that this practice does. With the legs out of gravity, there's no strain. And it's just that gentleness. Feet in the air, body on the earth. And we find that balance of where we are between the two. Constantly in the balance. From here, perched between Mother Sky and Mother Earth, find your balance. You might want to play, add a little rock. It's really nice after holding it for some time, just to continue to work and release out through those muscles either side of your spine. And you can notice if one is a little more tense. And then we'll bring the feet down. Maybe connect the soles of the feet, little Bargara here, and circle out those hips. Knees in. So the body come over to one side. Coming over to the left side because it's the yin associated side. And then we'll gently press up. I'm going to set up for a pigeon pose. So we want to work with some compression into the low back. And pigeon gives us one option, sphinx is another. And then finally have the option of camel, but no one ever seems to find that their favourite. So we're going to come to this side, just so I'm moving the neck a different way. If you're like me, I need to reposition, just so you can bring that right knee out in front, and then tuck the right heel in line with the left hip. Bring the hands in and press up. Now that might not be for you today, depending on the flexibility naturally in those muscles of the back. You might be here. You want to be somewhere where the body isn't fighting, where there's no rigidity in the muscles. And you might even have that left knee out to the side. That might need to be you today if there's too much tension for that hip to come in. And they're all valid. And they're all beautiful expressions of your body in this moment. I'm just going to be. Can you be with what arises? And let go of opinion. It's not right, it's not wrong, it just is. And happening to us, just happening. And consider that where the urgency falls away. We don't need to fix it. We can just be. Hands can come in. Only if that's right for your body. Your body will be a new experience every day. Some days this is right for my body, and some days it's not. And with that back foot, just turn that tip of the left knee in. My job is to watch the time. Your job is to lift up. You might want to gently strengthen those neck muscles by keeping the gaze upright on this one. Don't worry, we'll go down to the floor in a moment. Depends how you define moment. Give it time. And come down. I'm going to give you options again. Almost there. Keeps me honest this time. We'll come down to the floor. You might want to bring the bolster or the pillow in to support the belly here. You might want to have the hands. Maybe even just use the hands to massage gently into the face. Or if you're feeling a little bit more ambitious, but not working too much into muscular strain, you can reach back and grab a hold of that back foot. And then bring the right hand in front. Make a little seat for the head to come onto. So I'll watch the time. Back to attending to the moment. Use that to bring you out of any sense of discomfort, any closeness. When things are really in our face, when we have no space in which to breathe, we feel threatened. If you extend the awareness just beyond the borders of that physical sensation to all the other sensations that are present. Think about vast open awareness, or wide receptive awareness as it's sometimes called. Notice the temperature of the skin. Notice the sounds in the room, sounds beyond the room. Feel the taste in the mouth. Notice any smells. You're ready to slowly put the foot down. When you come out, we're going to go to windscreen wiping the legs. So just bring that left knee around. Whoa. This is a beautiful opportunity to windscreen wipe those legs out. Whew. It's a powerful practice. It might seem gentle and easy, but it's not. It's just different. And sometimes it's more challenging because it has that element of stillness that youngsters have to really work to invite. You come up, we'll do the second side. Now that we've dissipated some of that build up. I'm just setting our timer. There's no cheating on that second side. We'll come to all fours. This is the setup. And we're coming into our full swan. So from all fours, we'll slide that left knee forward. We'll open the heel to the side. This time it's the right leg that comes back. We'll extend it out. Make sure that you can sit comfortably. You might need to take the right knee out to the side. Sorry. Long yogi pants sometimes get in the way. And then when you're ready, you're going to find the right position for your spine. So again, you might be down here. You might only want a little bit of compression into that lumbar region. Like everything, the more we do it, the better we get at it. So if there's a body in the room that's moving to a space that yours isn't, and probably not at home, but if you're ever in a class, or even the body in the room with you is the one in your mind, the body that you had 10 years ago. And I want you to let that go. So it's not here and that's not now. You want to be in that element of presence. Because presence is what grounds us. When we think about the future, we can become overly excited or worried. We become anxious. When we ruminate over the past, we can become depressed. We can replay old events. And there's no ability to change them. It's okay to have thoughts come up. Sometimes that connective tissue has been holding a memory for us, for those moments where we had quiet to deal with it. So it's okay. But the point of the practice is not to become caught, don't become enthralled by those memories or those emotions. Awareness, attention, like the visitor in the house. And then they'll pass. It's when they become enmeshed that we become trapped. You get to come down to that nice variation now. And there's those two options. There's an option for the back leg. You might want to come down here, and this is your practice tonight. Or maybe open up the elbows, and that becomes a really subtle back bend, like crocodile pose. Maybe you want to reach back and grab a hold of that right foot. Bring the left hand across. Again, here I notice a difference. Because like many things, different sides of our nature are often not completely the same. Breath should be harmonic. A balance. And so we seek to do that in our mind and our body. Seek to slow it if we've had a busy day. Seek to rest it. The most important part of any training program is rest. But how can you recover and grow stronger if the body never has time to recoup? And it becomes so hard to give ourselves permission to take these subtle, slow practices, such a fight of conditioning. So much the job of the teacher to say, it's okay. It's okay to let it go. I give you permission to surrender and to know that you're safe in the practice. Just like that, the time has passed. And we come on up. Swing the leg around. Maybe come back to that windscreen wiping. Hands come out. Shake, shake, shake. Loosen up those hips. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Beautiful. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. Final back bend, I promise. We don't always do so much back bending in Yin. And if it's not for you tonight, you can come straight into child's pose and have extra time there. We'll bring the elbows down. Extend the hands out. Now we won't be here for as long as we would be because we've already done some work into the back. In a way, this is a subtler version. We'll just lift up the head. I find this such a beautiful pose for massaging the belly. And those muscles either side of the spine. Sometimes for a muscle to relax, we need to connect with it by turning it on or by giving it a little bit of strain. So when we release it, it reminds it how to let go. When you think about the moments when you get home from a tough day and the body's been held tight, and you get on the couch and there's an exhale and a sigh. Sometimes the body can be like that. So you feel this little bit of strain, you feel this little bit of stimulation. And that's okay, because it feels extra good in the moments that we surrender it. The final part. Bit by bit. Reminding the body how to let go. That's all we're going to do tonight. We'll come down. Bring those hands out. Find a crocodile pose. And just windscreen wipe those legs from side to side. Shake it loose. It feels so lovely. That release now. We'll come into lateral flexion, one of my favourites. Bringing the hands down, just resting them. And then bringing the legs together, we'll walk the legs all the way out towards the right. But we'll keep everything from the torso to the crown solid on the earth. And even from the hips up. So move from that, the legs, maybe a little bit of lifting through the hips as you bring it over. And we're going to banana out to the left side. Just let the head come down. So it's really subtle, but you feel that lengthening. Gentle stretch into the IT band of the left side. We've got the body straight, but then we've got a curve and a roundness just from the left hip towards the left ankle. If you bring the left ankle on top of the right, and then drop the left hip bone down, don't worry, we'll balance up on both sides. Just getting that little bit of release, that little bit of drawing down to the muscles either side of the spine. You can just relax. Final 3 breaths. And then we'll come back to center. Take that left hand out. Bring the right hand in. Your ear down to the floor. So the legs are in line with the spine. I kick the right heel up. So I've got my left hand out. It's completely straight. Thumb in line with the left shoulder. The right hand on the floor is going to help push me onto the left hip as I take the toe down and place it down the left side. And position the clothes, but then we're going to find stillness here. I want you to stay down. I'll just start our timer. It's my job to watch the time so you can let go. So you can be relaxed. And you can close down the eyes. And you can look to the edge of your mat, wherever you're practicing, just not too far away. Avoid that 1,000-yard stare. As you look down, you're going to come into that gathering of awareness into focus. It's amazing how interesting things can be. Just seeing things from that new perspective. Maybe you're thinking you need to vacuum the floor. Try and let it go. Whatever thoughts pop up, they come. You become aware of them. And we let them pass on. We're not the thoughts. They're just clouds in the vastness, the wide, receptive awareness. And stay. Rolling, 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 open through the hips. We plant the right foot down, take the knee up, just for an extra moment to deepen it, and then we'll release it out. So we're coming all the way back to center. And bring the hands in, and we're moving to the second side. So we're going to keep a fix through the upper portion of the body, and walk the feet over towards the left. Walk, 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 walk. You'll have to judge about the width of a yoga mat. And then we'll swing the right leg up over the top. Just let that subtle drop down to the right hip. Just work on releasing the muscles either side of the spine. And then it's time. Relax the head. The shoulder blades open across the back. Take the opportunity to feel the movement of the breath in the back lungs. Move the breath into the back ribs. Feel the breath in the whole of the back body. Sliding the shoulder blades open, and then the exhale. You can feel that in the front body. The belly gets soft and melts to the floor. That's all you have to do. Be in the pose and breathe. Release it out. We're going to come into that twist. Bring the body back to center. Get everything nice and stable. The right hand comes out. Left hand comes in. Right ear drops to the floor. Kick the left heel to the bottom. And I'm going to roll, roll, roll over until we can plant the foot down. Just open up. I'll work the timer. And get to release and enjoy. It's a beautiful reset into the spine. to come back to center. Bring the hands in and press your way up.
I'm going to take child's pose here. I'll give you a couple of different options for our child's pose. Before you do that, you might want to shake and loosen everything up. It's slow and subtle practice here, but it does create powerful results. Forget gentleness can sometimes be just as much of a strength as firmness. So option one, maybe even bring the pillow for this one. An option to bring the pillow to bridge the gap between the heel and the hips. Or maybe option for the pillow to come into the belly, creates that lovely little bit of extra length in the back of the neck. And the head can come down. Option to take the knees wide. So there's a little bit of space for the belly. Still sink those hips back. Hands can come out, just to stretch the shoulders. Looking for a different variation today. Maybe even use the pillow to seat the head. Or reach the hands back between the legs. It's a different stretch. Feel that move deeper into the hips. So wherever you are, you're going to find stillness. It's one of the tenets of our practice. But you can move if the edge changes. If it becomes too much, you need to choose a different variation. You're allowed to. We need to surrender is the need to fidget. It's harder to do than it sounds. Let's come down. Just shows that this isn't the variation for me. I'm going to change it up. Gently lift up. There's our timer. Come up, hands and knees. Take some little movements. And around, maybe head, shoulders, hips. When you're ready, we'll come down to the floor. Come down onto the earth. Seeing how we're covering for our time. And it's time for Shavasana. So if you've got the pop it underneath the knees. It's really lovely and restive.
And a couple of different options. If it's not too hot in the room you're in, you don't even want to take your blanket. Just place it over the eyes.
So we'll come down to the floor.
Just something to add that little extra softness to the face can be really nice. You want to position the body with wisdom. The body will know the way that it needs to lie to really begin to relax. You're allowed to fidget for a moment or two. And then once you've arrived at the space, it's going to be your Shavasana. You're going to let go and you're going to become still. This might be the part where you're tempted to turn off the video and walk away, thinking, I'm done. Rather, this is the point where we really get started. We've spent the practice traveling this direction. We've moved to this space. So we can acclimate the practice of the mind, the body, and the breath coming into union with the present moment. Notice the body lets go. We talked about during the practice, sometimes we need to move or engage the body so it can remember how to release. If there's gripping, there's holding in the periphery of the body, take a few breaths to consciously get go. Deep breath in. And we sigh this one out. Deep breath in. And we sigh this one out too. Final one, take it deep. The biggest exhale you've done all day. Now get heavy. I'm going to lay in quiet with you. It's extending that permission to you to rest. To let go of the need to effort. To linger in these moments that are the epitome of the practice. And turn us home to Ananda, the bliss state. And the different layers permeate the physical reality of the body. And it moves down mental and emotional states. Ananda is the bliss state. And there's an even deeper core beyond. We'll stay here and breathe. Time in the pose, you might notice the shifting. It's a change when we completely surrender and let go. You feel the direct effects that that has on the body, on the mind, on the state of emotion, or that chemical soup fed by our hormones, that the fascial tissue swims in, suspended in. We become aware of it. The state that we brought the body into. The gentle application, kindness, practice, patience, and time. Ready, you prepare the body to move. Wake it up slowly. And there's no rush. Transitioning is part of the practice. Move that gentle weight away from the eyes. Maybe windscreen wipe the knees. You might feel that there was a greater dropping, a greater releasing of the back in that part of the practice. When you're ready to come up, we begin by extending the body out to the side, coming into that little recovery position. So just roll over and then drop down. And then finally we'll begin to press up away from the earth. Come all the way up. And prepare to close down the practice in a comfortable seat. So I want to bring your pillow or your blanket back. Come up. Begin to roll the shoulders. And notice the shift. These are the moments that bring us back to the mat. That remind us again and again how powerful this practice is. When you're ready, hands will arise to meet at the heart. If that's your practice, you can have the hands down. There's no need to come to Anjali Mudra. At the end of the practice, we let the head fall. It's a gentle prostration to feel the wisdom of our heart, of that feeling center of our body. Let it be our guide. 3 final breaths. Welcome to join me for an Om. And even if you're all alone, there is that vibration of energy through our sound waves out into the world. It can be so beautiful just to let go that audible release. Deep breath in. We let this one go. Deep breath in. And we let this one go.